You cannot look at Qatar without looking at Qatar through context. Because Qatar is so perfect when you compare it to something within Qatar.
Doha, it's not a big city, but there's a lot to see in each corner.
We're like a small community, but each year of events, I'd see that community grow.
I used to always tell people about Qatar and no one knew anything about Qatar. But for me, as an artist, I always got shut down because Qatar was a desert and there was no materials. But when I came back to Doha, I kind of wanted to prove to everyone that we have materials, that we actually have such a vast land. There's so many resources, there's so much heritage that we can be inspired by.
I just like how the history meets the modern part. We're here in the museum, and then behind it is the old museum. The old museum holds this old soul that makes you think about the history, and it makes you think about where you come from. And I think it's very important to go always back to your roots.
When I think about Doha, I would say mostly like nostalgic places that triggers me, and I feel like gives me inspiration. I love the old architecture of like certain hotels. Like, for example, you go to the Nad, you have like a nice view, and the Corniche is very nostalgic to me. I would say driving in a car with the right music is enough to inspire me and to keep me going.
I find inspiration being close to water. And more specifically, it's Bahr Al Waqra, which is right in front of my house. I find it to be soothing, perhaps the sound, the light reflecting, the sand, the different textures, the different play. The most places in Qatar that inspire me with textures, I'd say, is the desert. We have the south, which is the more soft texture, and then we have the north, which is the Zekreet, the Umm Bab, the more kind of rock desert formations. The idea of it being a place of civilization and a place to live in always interests me.
Sharb is my favorite. Like, we have a beautiful building, M7 there, where all the creative, we hang out there and we share our ideas, talking about the future. I was so happy having one of my art installation cover the facade of M7. It was a magical moment for me.
One of the spaces in Doha that I really like, and it's very serene, I would say, it's Liwan. When you walk in any room, it's just gonna give you that kick that would juice your ideas out in the right way. What I like about this space also, that you get an inspiration every time you cross someone. If you were to run something that has to do with design, if it has to do with the museums or culinary, you always find the platform. I feel like Doha is more than on the right path. I've always felt like Doha always had an effortless energy and a nice flow.
I always come back to Doha. I always come back here. It's my home.
In Qatar right now, especially in the design field, I think we're going through a very interesting period where we're rediscovering crafts, rediscovering heritage, rediscovering cultural lenses. I think as Arabs, we are discovering what it means to be Arab. Again, it's perfect.